Welcome to Dependable Flame, where we explore vintage petrol lighters, ashtrays, tobacconiana, and other useful mechanisms. Make yourself at home.
Today we have a really interesting old lighter, which is marked on the bottom simply Rogers, Japan. So while you may be tempted to think, this is just another Japanese knockoff of a Zippo, just another flip-top petrol lighter, don't make that mistake with this one. This lighter is far from just being your average old everyday Zippo knockoff. You can see that it has a 5-barrel hinge. You can see it is marked Rogers, Japan on the bottom. You can see that it is a flip-top petrol lighter, and you might think, oh, well, that's just kind of boring. But there's way more to this lighter than that. And it is a flip-top petrol lighter, but after you light it, you can tilt it, and it will produce a jet flame that you can suck down into the bowl of your pipe. I've had a Rogers rocket flame before, but it was marked as such on the bottom. It was marked Rogers rocket flame, and I believe also Japan as well. So I don't know if this is a Rogers rocket flame insert that somebody has put into a different Rogers case, or if this particular Rogers rocket flame case just wasn't marked as such. I know that Rogers made other flip-top lighters, so that's possible that the insert fits in there. Maybe they made them all the same size. I am also not 100% sold on the way that this lighter is functioning, whether it is functioning as well as we can get it to. That's one of the reasons why I'm making this video. You could certainly suck that flame down into your pipe, even though it's not the straightest, it's not hissing real loud, doesn't seem real dangerous, it's kind of soft and lazy. But at the same time, if soft and lazy can be sucked down into that pipe, then what's the difference? I was conversing in the messages of the DependableFlame.com Facebook group this week about a Beatty jet lighter that a fellow was having a hard time getting it to operate the way he wanted, and he was asking me about it. And these flames in these jet pipe lighters do kind of carry an expiration date on them. When I say that, I mean when you light them up, see some vapor lock there. When you light them up and tilt them to get the jet effect, they will not keep shooting a jet in perpetuity. It sort of gathers its strength and produces the jet and then wanes. And you may have to close the lighter, let it cool down a little bit. This lighter has really warmed up just in using it here. Hot to the touch. But closing the lighter, reigniting it, and then tilting it again will typically get your flame, your jet flame, to reappear as you need it to light your pipe. So just off the top of my head, I do believe that we will probably be changing the wick out in this one. I think that that might help us get a little bit more crisp function out of it. You can see that the wick that is in it is charred up pretty good. I don't believe there's any problem with the jet. It is practically impossible to see the hole in that jet tube with the naked eye. But it is possible also. You see that we don't have, or at least so far, here in this video, when getting the jet flame to function, we have not had a real crisp example of that jet just yet. So maybe we could do some cleaning on that jet tube. It's possible that it is part of the way obstructed, and that's why we're not getting a real clean jet. But either way, we're going to fiddle with this lighter as much as we have to until we either determine that that is just as good as it's going to work, or until we get a wick in it that actually makes it work better. We'll see. I would hope that when you tilted that, it would send a little bit stronger jet flame. But as I said, even though the flame is a little bit lazy, there's no reason why that flame cannot be sucked down into the bowl of your pipe. So the fact that the lighter has heated up so much, that may be affecting the function of our jet flame as well. Feels like a hand warmer right at the moment. Definitely would keep your hands warm on a cool winter day. So I would be curious as well if anybody else has a Rogers Rocket Flame lighter out there that is not marked Rogers Rocket Flame. It's just marked Rogers. So little information out there on these Japanese made lighters. And while these may not be quite as precise as the Beatty Jet pipe lighters, they're in a long line along with the Beatty Jet, the Champ, Jetstream, the Chesterfield pipe lighter. I have had all four of those jet pipe lighters. I can't remember. I think Mastercraft made one, and I have not had that one. I've not had them all, but I've had at least those four brands. Rogers Rocket Flame, Champ Jetstream, Chesterfield pipe lighter, and the Beatty Jet pipe lighter. Until next time.